Hi, welcome back to my channel. It's the 10th day of Inktober and today's prompt is fortune. So I wanted to draw a fortune cookie. I don't know how long it's been since I've actually gotten one of these, but I remember when I was younger, I used to go to a Chinese restaurant and after every single meal you would get a fortune cookie. But they seem to be less common these days. But anyway, that's what I thought of when I read this prompt, so that's what I'm drawing. I don't want it to look cartoony, so I'm keeping the outline very minimal, but I'm also not going for like hyper realistic because then I wouldn't be able to use an outline at all. I mean, I would have to make it a lot bigger as well, you know, so you'd be able to kind of draw every single divot and every crumb. But for this one, I'm keeping it quite simple and just paying attention to light and shadows and the thin outline that I did do, which helps me with my alcohol marker drawing, is so minimal that it kind of disappears into a lot of the drawing anyway. But yeah, so this is my day 10 drawing, Inktober prompt fortune. The Scrawltober prompt for today is clairvoyant, and I did my best to try and avoid that whole cliched crystal ball thing that kept popping into my head. So my idea is to draw an eye that's staring off into like the far distance and seeing well beyond what's in front of it. Well, that's the idea. I'm gonna see how it comes out. I'm trying to decide where to place the pupil so it looks like it's staring into the distance. Generally, if you place the pupil in the center of the eye, it kind of looks like it's looking at you. So I think it has to be somewhat to the side. And I'm not sure, so I'm going to try it on one side. If it looks okay, I'll leave it. If not, I'll try it on the other side. But I don't want it to look like it's cross-eyed or anything. I just, I think that's kind of okay. I'll see if I need to move it. Anyway, it's just off center, and I have this idea to place kind of like white lines of possibly light going away from the pupil, but I think I'm gonna color it in first and then see about the lines, or maybe erase some of the color with like a putty rubber so it's lightened away from the pupil. Again, not sure about that yet. I'll need to see how it looks in color before I do that. I'm going to use pastel pencils for this drawing because it will allow me to achieve the blends that I want fairly quickly. And also when it comes to pulling up color, where I mentioned at the end that I want to have like a kind of like a line of light emanating from the pupil, I'll be able to do that much easier with pastel pencils than regular pencils or markers or anything else. So that's the idea. I also want to keep the colors quite mild, so not too many layers, because I want the iris to be the most striking part of the drawing that kind of grabs your attention. I'm trying to put down the majority of the color onto the page before I start blending, because then I'll be able to see if I need to kind of deepen any of the shadows anywhere before I blend it out, because once you blend it out it kind of looks a little bit lighter anyway. So I expect to kind of get the sense of the whole drawing before I blend any small part of it, rather than doing it one small section at a time. The iris will need more detail after it's blended, and I may need to add some kind of eyelash reflections to it after I've actually done the eyelashes, but for the time being the top of the iris is just getting shaded in black, because there's usually a little bit of cast shadow at the top of the iris anyway, and I know that there's going to be some lash reflections. But I'm just putting in a little bit of black that I'm going to blend out and then do the detailed reflections in it afterwards. I'm blending this out using a regular paper stump. I'm just making sure it's clean for every different section of color that I come across, so I don't contaminate colors with the stump. And it's easily done either with just scraping it with a knife or with a bit of sandpaper block or something to keep it clean. For sections where I want the colors to blend into each other, I start with the lightest and work my way out. That way the lighter color blends into the next one, and if there's a little bit of contamination, I kind of want it. I want that color to transfer out a little bit. I'm doing the background in 2 or 3 shades of blue just to kind of indicate the vastness of space that the eye is staring into. I'm not too particular about keeping this neat because these are pastel pencils and I know they're going to blend out. For the eyelashes, I've already drawn them in pencil and I can kind of see the pencil lines through the coloring that I've done. So the most important thing I can do now to not mess them up is just have a really sharp tip on my pastel pencil, which can be hard to achieve, and I make sure that every 1 or 2 eyelashes I kind of turn it so I kind of get as sharp a point as I can, and then if I need to, as you saw, I sharpened it halfway through just to make sure it stays nice and sharp. And I've kind of now decided that I'm not going to do the streaks of light that I thought about doing emanating from the pupil, just because I don't know, I don't want to mess with erasing bits of color where I might just ruin the whole drawing in a process. So this is it. This is my drawing for Clairvoyant. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more daily art. Thanks, see you soon!